Hi, we are almost at the end of 2022. How are you feeling? How is this year wrapping up for you? It feels like the energies have gotten busier and more intense, and time is moving faster. So, I am pausing to make this video to say hi and to check in, and then to invite you into two different experiences that I'm creating as we make this transition from 22 into 23. So, the first one is guided meditations, visualizations, energy sessions that I host at the end of each year. They are two separate calls. One is in the end of 22 and one is in the first week of 23. And what we do in those calls is a process that I guide our community through, of looking at the year energetically. What was most present for you? Where did you get caught up or looped? Is there something that you're ready to complete and, right, release? So that when you step into 2023, it's with this sense of, the load has been lightened. You're wide open and ready for whatever you're going to be creating and manifesting in the new year. And then when we step into the 23 call, we look at what is your desire? What is your dream? What is the optimal visualization you could create for a brand new calendar year? Like, if it was wide open and you had no preconceived ideas, like, what would come through? What would your soul want to show you when you're in energy space with me? These two calls are so powerful, and I don't even know the words for it. Like, transformative, that's not even the right word. They're just good. They're good. They feel good. They move a lot of energy, and they open you up to new potential in a way that is sometimes challenging to do by ourselves. So we do it in a community space. It's going to be held via Zoom. All of the lines will be muted except for mine, so you'll really be able to drop in and have your own experience. And then it's recorded. So if you don't get through everything that you want to look at, you can come back. If you want to start the visualization and then come back again a month later in 23 and look at it, you can. They are really amazing spaces to be in, and I know because I've hosted this for years and it's been magical. What I'm adding this year that is going to up-level the game, as it always does, is a virtual acupuncture healing. Our quietly listening session that Andrea and I do every other Wednesday is on the night of that 2022 wrap-up call. So we'll have the call at noon, and then the virtual acupuncture session, which you do from your own home at 9 o'clock at night. And then a week later, we'll tune into 2023. It's going to be next level, even better than it's been before. The exchange for that is $222 for all three of those series of spaces, or you can do just each one individually for $111. So I will put the information below for you to look at. So that's the first one. Then there's this other thing, this cool little project that I've been working on that I haven't really shared much about publicly. I shared just a little bit in my last podcast in October. If you want to go back and look at that, I was in the middle of it at the time, and so it was a different perspective on this project than what I'm going to share now. So I have been writing a book. It is my 5th book. It is called An Announcement. It is a love story. It is the most beautiful channeled story from two souls who meet here on earth for a mission and find their way towards each other, and then things happen. And so this story started in August. I have this process when I record books. I sit down and meditate, and I know there's something that's coming through, but I don't know what it is. And so I get really quiet and still, and then these words start to come into my mind, and these characters present themselves, and it's as if I'm watching their story or hearing it narrated in my head, but I'm also in their experience, feeling it as they feel it. And so it's this incredible multidimensional experience as I'm sitting here in my human moment of Vivian. This whole thing is happening. And so I record chapters one day at a time, one chapter, one story, one I don't know, one piece at a time. And it took 31 episodes for me to record that, because there are 31 chapters in the book. And I wondered why it was 31 chapters. I mean, that's how long it took to tell the story. But I also wondered, like, why 31? And about a month ago, I got this clarity that it's because there's a way that I can deliver the book that is new, that I haven't done before. And it's through sharing it in the way that I receive it. So delivering it audibly, narrating the story, one chapter at a time, one day at a time. There's 31 chapters and there's 31 days in January. So on January 1st, I will start with the first chapter, and I will read the chapter into a private Facebook group using Zoom as my platform. And every day for the whole month of January, I will share one chapter of a book. And by the end of the month, you will have the whole story, and it will have been narrated to you just exactly as I received it. And then I'll publish the book and print it on Amazon. So I'm calling it the experience of an announcement, because you get to experience it as I have, and it is just the most magical way to hear a story. It feels like an ancient way of telling stories where you don't get it all at once. You don't get the whole thing now like we do with Netflix, where you just sit and binge the whole series. You get it a little bit at a time, and then you have space in between to think about the story and to think about the characters and to apply, like, what would it feel like if that was me, or if I was in that storyline, like, how would I respond? What would I do? It's such a different way to receive a story. And also I feel like it's an old way that we know, but we just don't get to have very often anymore. So I'm really excited, like so excited to share this with you. The product is set up, the Facebook group is set up. We won't begin until the 1st, so you have plenty of time to kind of sit with it and feel into if you want to join us or not. And you can join even after the 1st. I think some of the chapters will probably take me 3 or 4 minutes to narrate, and others might take me half an hour, and each day will be different. And so you can watch each day, or you can just come and watch like 4 or 5 chapters at a time if you run out of time in your schedule. Either way, it's a really beautiful way to start the new year and to feel the magic of this infinite embodiment realm that we are exploring together through the lens of this story. The characters' names are Enro and Dahlia. They are young. They have so much wisdom to share with us, and their story is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So the exchange for the experience of an announcement is $111, and it gives you access into the Facebook group where all of those audios, videos will be held. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. So you can learn more about that also below. I feel a little bit like a mama with a new baby, where I'm like, be nice to my baby, be kind to my baby. And also, can you see how beautiful this is? So it feels a little vulnerable, super tender, and also it's so powerful. It's such a big story, and I'm so honored that I was the one that get to receive that and share that story with you. So there you go. That's what's happening here with me. I am just in a beautiful space of creation. I'm so grateful for what this year has been. The 2 cards that I pulled when I was looking at 2022 and 2023 are strength for 22 and prosperity for 23. And I can just feel the truth of that and the potential of those energies as we sit at this time right before we transition from one year to another. So I wish you a beautiful holiday season. Thank you for tuning in here with me, and I hope that we get to play together. So much love.